What is up, you guys? Welcome back to TKO TV. And who will win between Jorge Masvidal or Gilbert Durinho? This is going to be a good fight, not going to lie. It's going to be a good fight. We have two different styles. Jorge Masvidal has more of that striking, sort of like Muay Thai stylish. Well, back in the day, he used to fight more like that Muay Thai stance. Now he uses his wrestling he uses a little bit of his wrestling. And Durinho's got hands, not gonna lie. Durinho's got hands. He's got decent boxing, and he's a really good jiu-jitsu. Like, I believe he used to compete in BJJ in Dubai. So the guy knows a bit or two about, jiu-jitsu, about ground game. Now, these two styles, I believe that Gilbert Burns is going to be the favorite. I believe that he has the upper hand in this fight. And why is that? Well, we have two different styles and we have two different, fighters at the same time. We have Jorge Masvidal, who has come from consecutive losses. He got, KO'd by Usman, and then he got dragged by Colby Covington. And then we have, on the other hand, we have Durinho, who he lost against Chimaev, but in my opinion, he won. For some people, he lost. For some people, he won. But he had a very competitive fight against Khamzat Chimaev. And in a few times, he rocked Chimaev. He gave Chimaev a hard time, despite being the smaller guy. Durinho is 5'10", Chimaev was like 6'2", and Chimaev, he had a rough night. It was a hard fight for him. You can tell that during the fight, Chimaev was gassed. He thought Durinho was gonna be an easy fight, and clearly it wasn't. So I believe that Durinho has more, competition in him. He's more elite than Masvidal. And it hurts me to say that because Masvidal's like, he's from Miami, so am I, I relate to him. Like, the guy's a good role model. I believe with the guy, like, I'm a fan of the guy. So it hurts me it really hurts me to say that, but I do believe that Durinho's the better fighter. He's a more complete fighter in the ground, and he's got, I think, more raw power than Masvidal. So for that reason, I do give the upper hand to Durinho, and I do think that this fight is 70-30 in favor of Durinho. Another reason why I don't think that Masvidal will be able to defeat Gilbert Burns is because I don't think Masvidal has that same hunger, that same drive. I don't think so. And it's understandable because, the guy has made all the money that he can that he wants. He's made a crazy amount of money. I would say that Masvidal is the top three biggest names in the sport, just below McGregor and the Diaz brothers. Like, he's definitely third. He's up there. So that's understandable that he might not have that hunger anymore, that that drive to go compete. And the guy's also 37, 38. And so, it is understandable. However, I respect it. I respect that, he's still trying to fight top people, which is at 38 years old. Like, that's pretty respectable. However, I don't think that he's going to beat Durinho. What will be next for both after this fight? So I'm going to start with Gilbert. I believe that Gilbert might have a chance to go and compete for the belt now that we have Leon Edwards at welterweight champion. I do think that Gilbert Burns has more realistic chances than Masvidal to go and fight for the belt. Do I think he's gonna win the 170 belt at some point? No, I don't think so. But I do think he's definitely up there with Colby Covington of those like top 170 fighters. I do think he's up there. I think after this fight, he might need one or two more fights to fight for the title again. And yeah, that's my takes. That's my take on Gilbert. However, for Masvidal, I don't think he'll fight for the title at 170. And maybe in a crazy scenario, if Leon Edwards, calls him out. But even then, I don't think it's possible because it's already confirmed that Covington is gonna fight Leon Edwards, and I don't see how at 38 Masvidal is gonna go and fight for a belt. And it's not even about the age; it's just that it hurts me to say that, but there's better fighters than Masvidal at 170. So I don't see him fighting for the title. And I think what's next for Masvidal is I kind of see him as like a Nate Diaz. You know how Nate Diaz was? I see him like a Nate Diaz of 170. Like they might give him, the young up and coming fighters, or he'll probably be like the gatekeeper, or probably not, since he has like a lot of clout in the sport. He might just choose his fights. But what I would like to see the UFC do for the fans, for us, is give us McGregor versus Masvidal. That's a fight that I'm pretty sure everybody wants to see. Give us Masvidal versus McGregor. That would be an absolute treat. That would be an amazing fight. Stylistically, they match each other. Like, we're not asking for much. Like, this is a fight that has to be done at some point. It should have been done way sooner, but it's never too late. I do think that these two match up perfectly. Before, the excuse was that McGregor was too small for Masvidal, but McGregor has put on a lot of size in this halftime. So I do think that stylistically they match each other perfect, and I think McGregor could actually beat Masvidal. It could be a good fight to put him back up there. I mean, McGregor's McGregor, but like, you know what I mean, like, so the audience can see him more competitively in a way. So but yeah, or I can see Masvidal possibly retiring in a few, like, I'm not sure. I just don't want to see Masvidal turn out to be a Tony Ferguson, getting knocked and knocked and knocked out and knocked out and knocked out. Like, it hurts me to see those guys with big legacies that the fans loved, not end their career sooner rather than later. So yeah, this is my take for this fight. Guys, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me. If you have who do you guys have winning? Let me know down in the comments if you guys have Masvidal or Durinho winning this fight. All right, guys, see you next time. I'm out.
And these guys just flapping gums at each other any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.